And with us today we have the Chief Executive Officer of RNG Tech Berhad, Mr. Terence Chang with us.
So our chair can be found in the shopping mall, highway rest stops, hotels, hospital, government sectors, some amusement park, cinema. And today we hold approximately 66.2% market share in Malaysia.
Hello everyone, my name is Madhvi and today we have a very special corporate feature interview once again today with us. And with us today we have the Chief Executive Officer of RNG Tech Berhad, Mr. Terence Chang with us. Welcome to the studio, Mr. Terence Chang. So before we move further into the questions, so tell our audience, briefly introduce of what your company's core business is.
Hi, morning. Thank you for having me. So my name is Terence Chang, CEO of RNG Tech Berhad. So actually when people ask me what is business we are in, we are not just a massage chair. We are in the business of helping people recharge. So think about it, when you go to shopping mall or maybe you are facing the flight delay or waiting a service, okay, so sometimes all you need is just 15 minutes to refresh. So that simple idea was started 17 years ago. So from a few of the chair, today we have built one of the largest vending wellness network in Southeast Asia. So our chair can be found in the shopping mall, highway rest stops, hotels, hospital, government sectors, some amusement park, cinema. So basically, I think you can actually found in all those tier 1 shopping mall. So I think this is a very good facility and services provided to customers lah. But I'm even more proud of is our behind of every chair is our technology platform. So throughout our meter reading system and RNG app, so we are able to manage thousands of chair efficiency while providing customer a seamless digital experience. So at the end of the day, so our mission is very simple, to make wellness accessible anytime and anywhere.
That's amazing. I think it's already in the name, rest and go, right? So I think that is very much well established. So now that you are entering into with an IPO price of 13 cent and 102.4 million ringgit of a market cap, what do you think is the mid-2026 will be the ideal window for listing RNG Tech Berhad on the ACE market?
Okay, to be honest, it's always difficult to identify a perfect time or ideal window for any IPO. For us, the decisions to proceed with the listing was not driven by short-term market timing. Instead, it was based on where the group is today and where we believe that we can go into the future. So after operating in this industry about 17 years, we have built a strong foundations, established a recognized brand and developed an operating model has proven itself across multiple markets. So rather than focusing on short-term market conditions, we focus on strength of our fundamental. We believe this listing will provide us with the capital needed and to support our next phase of growth. The IPO proceed will allow us to expand our network of massage chair, upgrade existing RNG stations and RNG premium outlets, and continue strengthening our operations. At the same time, being a listed company enhance our corporate profile and governance standard, which is important as we continue grow our presence both locally and regionally. So for us, this IPO is not the destinations, it's really the beginning of our next growth chapter.
So the group intends to allocate part of its public issue proceeds towards the expanding its physical footprint in Malaysia and also upgrading the existing locations, as we know. So could you explain why these initiatives are important to the business and how are they expressed or expected to support the group's growth moving forward?
Our business depends significantly on our vending massage chair available in suitable high traffic locations. The more strategic location we are present in, the more customer we are able to reach. So for example, whether someone is waiting for a flight, taking a break while shopping or spending time with family, our service become accessible to them. By placing more rest and go stations in strategic locations, we increase our visibility, expand our customer reach and create more opportunity to create revenue. At the same time, customer expectations continue to evolve. Customers today expect a better overall experience, whether it's comfort of the chair and environment around the stations, of the convenience of making the payments. So that's why we're upgrading our existing RNG stations, and RNG premium outlets is equally important. So it allows us to improve the customer experience, maintain the quality and reliability of our chair, and ensure our offering remain attractive and relevant. Ultimately, we are using the IPO proceed to strengthen our skill, what we already do well.
So talking about the revenue, your revenue actually have grew quite significantly by financial year 2025, but gross profit margins compressed to a 38.5%. And what do you think could cause this drop, and how will this post IPO strategies can be fixed it?
Firstly, FYE 2024 included a one-off gain on disposal of approximately 2.5 million. If we exclude that one-off gain, the adjusted PAT for FYE 2024 would have been around 12 million. In FYE 2025, costs grew faster than revenue that we expanded aggressively across the regions. So during that time, we also started consolidate contributions from the newly acquired market, Thailand, Cambodia, and Brunei. So these three markets were previously not a major focus for the group and had a relatively smaller chair base. So collectively, they recorded net loss of approximately 1.1 million during the financial year. So however, we see this market as part of our long-term growth strategy. For post-IPO, we intend to scale this market further using the operating model and experience that we have developed over the years. So in addition, expansions naturally result in higher costs. For example, depreciations expenses increased by approximately 5 million. Direct operation costs increased by approximately 5 million, and staff costs increased by approximately 3 million. So overall, the lower PAT in FYE 2025 was mainly due to absence of the one-off gain recorded in FYE 2024. Initial losses from the newer market and the upfront investment required to support expansions. Having said that, we view this investment as necessary for the next phase of growth. In simple terms, we are building the foundation today for stronger earning in the future. We also have a chair base, and utilization also improve over the time. So we expect these assets to contribute more meaningful to the group performance.
Yeah, that's a very well structured plan. So given your sole reliance on Jintel entities for massage chairs, what are your strategies to mitigate supply chain risk?
So there's a very important question, especially as we continue to grow our business across the region. Firstly, I would like to highlight that our relationship with Jintel is a long-standing one. We have worked closely together for approximately 17 years. So there is a strong level of trust, understanding, and collaboration between both parties. Over the years, Jintel has consistently provided us competitive pricing and product specifications that suit our business requirement as well. So the most important, they understand our operations model and standard we expect for our network. So Because of this strong track record, we remain very comfortable continuing our business relationship with Jintel. So having said that, as we prepare for our next phase of growth as a listed company, risk management remain a very key priority. While we maintain a strong partnership with Jintel, we also initiate engagement with alternative supplier as part of our business continuity plan. So the objective is not to replace our existing partners, but rather to ensure that we have options. So we believe this approach provides the right balance between the maintaining a trusted long-term partnership and ensuring the operational resilience. So at the end of the day, our focus to ensure our support of our growing network and continue deliver a consistent experience to our customers.
That would be a great example for the future, business people who intends to grow in business as well. So moving forward, so as we kind of know, the group currently operates across 7 markets, and if I could name all the countries, it's Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Cambodia, Brunei, Vietnam, and the Philippines. It's quite a number of it. So looking ahead, which of these markets do you see offering the strongest growth potential over the next 3 years, and what do you think will drive the growth?
Okay, that's an exciting question because when we look across the region, we see opportunity in every market that we operate in. What gives us confidence is that the fundamental drivers are very similar across Southeast Asia. We are seeing growing populations, rising and increasing consumer spending on wellness, lifestyle and convenience-driven services. People today are busy than ever. Whatever they are traveling, shopping, working, or simply moving from one place to another, there is an increasing demand for convenience way to relax and recharge. That trends align very well with what Rest and Go offers. Malaysia remains our core market and continue to provide significant growth opportunity. Even though we have established a strong presence, we still see room to expand into more strategic locations and further strengthen our network. At the same time, markets such as Thailand, Vietnam, and Philippines are particularly interesting because of their large populations, growing economies, and increasing consumer spending powers. What excites us that our business model is highly scalable. Whenever there are high footfall locations and consumers looking for convenience wellness solutions, we believe there is a potential for growth. Over the next few years, our focus will be on deploying more vending massage chairs in strategic locations across this market. We've leveraged the experience, operation know-how, and technology platform that we have built over the past 17 years.
Great. I think, as you said, RNG can resonate well with convenience and comfort, and we are glad that many other parts of the world, like Asian countries, could actually experience the same comfort like what we are having here as well. So moving forward, so RNG has come a long way. So from the first massage chair deployed 17 years ago, how do you think has the industry has changed?
When we first started, customers were mainly looking for a simple and affordable massage experience. I still remember, I think 17 years ago, we just having the money slot. Actually, we are the first who operate the vending massage chair with the notes acceptor. So I think others operators, basically they actually still using the coin and tokens. So I think the customer convenience is very important. So they are more technology savvy. They value the convenience and they place greater importance on the overall experience rather than just product itself. So what we have actually learned over the years, actually customer not simply paying for massage sections. They're actually looking for comfort, convenience, privacy, and seamless user experience. So for example, we have continued enhance our stations by introducing features such as divider concept and also cashless payment option to improve customer comfort and convenience. So at the same time, technology has been increasingly important. So we developed the RNG app to make it easier for customer to locate nearby chair, enjoy the promotion offer and access convenience payment options. So we are the first who actually developed the RNG app as well in this industry. So I think all these improvements are designed to make the overall experience more seamless.
Yes, definitely. I think the technology has got a very key factor in the change of the industry from 17 years ago, and that's amazing. So moving forward, what do you think has drove the decision to deploy an asset lighting licensing model in Vietnam and also the Philippines rather than the direct ownership model used elsewhere?
One thing we have learned over the past 17 years that every market is different. While our business model may be proven, success in new market often depends on how well you understand local consumer behavior. So local business practices and most importantly the right locations. When we look in Vietnam and Philippines, we saw strong opportunity for growth. At the same time, we also recognize that they were established local player who understood their market much better than anyone else. For example, if we are looking for a best locations for a city, a local partners will often know the market for better than someone coming from outside. So they understand where customers spend their time, they actually know the purchasing directions and the what work best for their in the environments. So that is actually really to adopt the licensing model. So it allows us to expand Rest and Go brand into this market through a more asset-light approach while reducing the significant upfront capital commitments. At the same time, our partners are able to leverage our proven operating model, brand and experience that we have built over the 17 years. So this is win-win arrangements. From our perspective, it's just not about capital efficiency. It's about finding the right growth strategy for the right market. Ultimately, our objective is very simple: to grow sustainable, create a long-term value, and ensure that we deploy our resources in the most effective way possible.
That's definitely a great identification between geographical location as well as the sustainability. So how critical has your centralized meter reading system MRS and RNG app ecosystem been to optimize collections and also the driving automated business skills?
Okay, when people see Rest and Go, they naturally see the massage chair. So, but behind the scene, there is actually a significant amount of technology supporting the business every day. Imagine trying to manage thousands of massage chairs across multiple countries manually. So you will know whether a chair is online, whether a payment has been received, whether a chair requires maintenance, how a location is performing, and whether there are any operational issues. So trying to manage all manually would be very difficult and challenging. So that's why we have an MRS. So MRS become very important. It's considered our backbone. So the MRS allow us to monitor chair status. So we can verify the payments. We also can track the collections and also monitor the most important is monitor the performance for any individual chair in the real time. So this gives us much better visibility to allow us to respond much faster when the issues arise. So for example, if the chair goes offline, so our team can immediately identify it through the system and take it necessary actions before it become a very big issues. So from operation perspective, the improve efficiency and help us manage our network more efficiently. On the customer side, the RNG, we have another RNG app playing a equally important role. So today customer expect convenience. They want fast and seamless payment options, reward and promotion that are actually easily accessible through their mobile devices. So the RNG app supports cashless payments, membership features and marketing initiative, making the overall customer experience more convenient and engaging. So as the network continue to grow, our system help us manage more chair, more locations and more transactions efficiency. So we don't just see ourselves as a vending massage chair, we see ourselves as a technology-enabled wellness platform that uses data and digital tools to improve both operational efficiency and customer experience.
So how has integrating e-wallets and card payments impacted your operational overhead, and what percentage do you think of your total collection is now entirely cashless?
If I look back to when we first started in 2009, our business was entire cash based. So customer would insert banknotes into the machines and enjoy the massage sections. In fact, we are the first vending massage chair operator in the market to introduce banknotes acceptance from day one. So as a customer behavior evolved, we realized that convenience would become very important. So people not longer carrying as much cash as before after COVID time. They're actually using the e-wallets, QR payment and digital payment methods as part of their daily life. So rather than waiting for the market to change, we wanted to ahead of the curve. So that's why we continue investing in our digital ecosystem. So our milestone that we particularly proud of the launch of RNG app. We were the vending massage chair operator in the industry to introduce our own mobile app payment ecosystem. So we can allow the customer to make payment directly through the app, our RNG app, to enjoy the membership benefits, promotion and also the rewards. So at that time, many people view vending massage chairs simply as a stand-alone machines, but we saw it differently. We believe the technology could help us create a stronger relationship with our customer and provide a more seamless user experience. Today, customer can pay using QR payments, e-wallets, debit card, credit card, and RNG app itself. So in FYE 2022, approximately 7.5% our total revenue come from digital payment channel. By FYE 2025, the figure had increased to approximately 49%. So today, almost half our revenue is already generated through digital payment channel. To me, that reflect two things. Firstly, changing customer behavior. Secondly, the investment we make over the years to build a stronger digital ecosystem around the Rest and Go experience.
And looking at the operational model, how does your operational model align with the net zero initiative, particularly regarding the logistics, and also the fleet maintenance and responsible parts recycling?
Sustainability is something we take seriously, and for us it starts with improving operational efficiency and reducing unnecessary resources consumptions wherever possible. While we may not be manufacturing business, we believe every organization has a role to play in supporting broader environmental goals. One practice example is how we manage the transportations and maintenance of our vending chair network. We have thousands of chairs across multiple locations. Planning and coordinate become very important. Rather than sending them out to individual tasks whenever possible, we optimize our development, servicing and maintenance schedule by grouping activity within the same area. For example, if we have several installations, servicing works or inspection within a particular regions, our team will coordinate this activity together. This will help reduce the number of trips required, improve operational efficiency and lower fuel consumptions. It's a very simple approach, but when applied across a large network, the impact can be quite meaningful. So as I mentioned earlier, our vending massage chair are equipped with IoT in every single chair and connected to our MRS meter reading system. So this allows us to monitor chair performance before we sending the technicians to a site. So our team can identify the root cause remotely and determine the course of actions before making a visit. So this help reduce unnecessary visit and support more efficient maintenance process.
Yes, that's definitely a great balance between sustainability and recycling. I hope this model inspires other business models as well. And moving into the financial market, do you have a dividend policy?
Yes, we do. The group has adopted a dividend policy with a target dividend payout ratio at least 30% of our profit after tax. As we transition into a listed company, we recognize the importance of creating value not just through a business growth, but through a rewarding shareholder for their support and confidence in the company.
So as we've come to the end of the session, but before we wrap up, one final question. So as you transition into a listed company, what are your top priorities over the next 12 to 24 months? And also, what would you like to say to our audience?
Our priorities over the 12 to 24 months are quite clear. Firstly, we want to continue strengthening our presence in Malaysia by developing more vending massage chair in the strategic high footfall locations. Malaysia remains our core market and we are still seeing significant opportunity to reach more customers and strengthen our network. Secondly, we will continue upgrading and replacing selected chairs across our network. Customer expectations continue to evolve and we want to ensure that experience we provide remain comfortable, reliable and relevant. Thirdly, we will continue increasing the visibility of Rise and Go brand through various marketing initiatives while further expanding our presence across overseas markets. At the end of the day, our focus is very simple. Continue growing responsible while improving the customer experience. RNG Tech has an established presence in the vending massage chair industry and today we hold approximately 66.2% market share in Malaysia. If I could leave an investor with one message, RNG Tech has an established presence in the vending massage service industry. And today, we hold approximately 66.2% market share in Malaysia. In a competitive market, earning customer trust at a scale does not happen by chance. It's come from having the right products, reliable service, a strong execution model, and commitment to consistency deliver value to our customer. What excites me even more is we believe there is still significant room for growth ahead. Over the last 17 years, we have built a strong foundations for the business. But when we look at the opportunity available in Malaysia and across Southeast Asia, we believe we are still at the beginning of our next growth phase. Through this IPO exercise, we believe we will be better positions to strengthen our capabilities. We will speed out the expansion plan and capture meaningful growth opportunity in the years ahead.
Yeah, that's an insightful message for us, and that brings us to the end of our conversation today, and we've been speaking with the CEO of RNG Tech Berhad ahead of their upcoming listing on the ACE market with an IPO price of 13 cents. So a fascinating look at how 17 years of evolution can turn into a single massage chair into a multi-market, tech-driven powerhouse. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we wish you all the very best for the listing journey, Mr. Terence. And to our audience, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode. I'm Madhavi signing off.
Scan now and download Kleverstock, your trusted source for market insights.